My name's Abby.
And I'm Grace. This is where it all started for us. Grandpa and Grandma were always good at telling stories.
But this Christmas was a little bit different. This year, Grandma and Grandpa decided to tell us a whole other story that we had never really heard before.
Grandpa, tell us the story like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman.
I love Frosty the Snowman.
My favorite's Rudolph.
Settle down, girls. Settle down.
You know, there have been a lot of changes in our home this year. Grandma and I started going to church.
And we gave our hearts to Jesus.
So, we would like to tell you a true story this year. One that has made a big difference in our lives. You know, it starts with a young woman by the name, well, her age, she was just a little bit older than you are, Abby. And her name was Mary.
I'm Mary.
And I'm Joseph. It was common for a girl like Mary at the age of 14 or 15 to be married and have a family. She came from a poor family who barely had enough to make ends meet. So when I came and requested that Mary be my wife, they would have been excited, as was I when they said yes. So, according to Jewish customs and times, we would wait a year to be joined. During that time, it was extremely important that we would honor God and one another with the promises that we would keep.
I honored my promise. But as you will hear, many people did not believe that I did. I heard the voice of God tell me that I was chosen by Him to carry His son. And I told Him that was impossible. I had never been with a man. So He told me it would happen by the Holy Spirit. I trusted Him, and I told Him that I would obey.
Oh, I had grown to love Mary more and more with each day. She was just like they had said. Her families and friends, she was just, and she was true, and she was pure, and she was righteous, and she was such a blessing to my life. Shortly after being engaged, Mary left to visit her cousin Elizabeth. But when she returned, everything changed. I was disappointed and I was angry because it was apparent that Mary was with child and it was not mine. I was devastated. Why would she do this? I kept my promise, but she would not. There was only one thing that I could do, and that was divorce her. But I loved Mary, and I didn't want to have her ridiculed publicly with the disgrace of divorce, and so I decided to do it privately. And I would have if it were not for a voice.
Joseph, do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife. For that which is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son. You are to call him Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins.
I can't say I quite understood everything that God had said, but I knew this: if God were to tell me to do something, I should do it. And so, being a Jew, I understood that, well, the Messiah was to come. It was part of my tradition. It was part of our scriptures. But little did I realize he would be part of our family and be part of Mary's life. And so I was excited. I was excited, and I decided that I would keep Mary and have her as my wife. But just to realize that he would come to a poor family like ours. I was a nobody, just a carpenter. We had no status or no symbolic status in the community. Yet he came to our humble lives. And oh Mary, oh, beloved by God, bestowed upon men, you chose to let God have His plan in your life. So we agreed that we would not be joined until after the baby was born. I named him Jesus.